Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to Oriole Park here at Camden Yards, home of the Baltimore Orioles, as they play host to the Kansas City Royals, who are sitting at first place in the AL Central at 23-13. And on the mound for the O's in this matchup will be the right-hander Alex Cobb, making his 8th start of the year in 7 starts so far. He has a sub-3 ERA at 2.76, which is pretty solid, and in 42 and a third innings, he has only struck out 27. Not the biggest strikeout guy, but he will get you some solid innings out of your starter. And here comes John Jay, the left-handed back, and to lead things off against the right-handed Cobb for the Royals. Steps into the left-handed batter's box. Alex Cobb turns, kicks, and delivers. First pitch is taken for ball number 1 to Jay, and the count run is 2-0 now. Jay ahead in the count. Cobb slowly turns, kicks, stays there for a second, and delivers. That's going to be swung on and popped out to center field. Adam Jones is under that one, and he puts it away for out number 1. So Jay is retired. Let's take a look at the Royals lineup. Leading things off, obviously, is Jay. He's followed by third baseman Mike Moustakas, right fielder Jorge Soler, cleaning things up as the first baseman Lucas Duda, Alex Gordon in left, DH is Cheslor Cuthbert, second base Whit Merrifield, shortstop Alcides Escobar, and then rounding things out and catching today is Drew Butera. So here's Mike Moustakas, second batter of the inning for the Royals, hitting over 300 on the season and a over 350 OBP as well. 2-0 count to him. Here it comes. That's going to be chopped over to the first baseman, Davis. He'll field it himself, step on the bag, and it's 2 down for the O's. So here comes the 3-hitter in Jorge Soler, hitting .307 on the year, 2 home runs and 14 ribbies. Recently moved up to the 3-hole since Salvador Perez has been struggling and Perez getting a day off. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded out to first yet again. Davis fields himself, steps on the bag, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. Orioles work a 1-2-3 top half of the first. No hits, and we'll head to the bottom half of the first for the Royals on the mound now. On the hill for the Royals in this matchup is the right-hander, 35-year-old Jason Hammel, making his 8th start of the year. In 7 starts so far, he has a sub-2 ERA at 1.88, a sub-1 whip at .88, and then in 48 innings pitched, he has 40 strikeouts. A pretty solid start for him in the Royals rotation in the final year of his contract. And he'll be facing Tim Beckham of the Orioles to lead things off, the third baseman. Hitting above 300 here at home, and he is playing here at home at Camden Yards. First pitch from Hammel is taken for ball number 1. Count runs 1-1 now to Beckham. Hammel sets at the face, delivers. That's going to be grounded out to first base, stepped on the bag by Duda, and it's 1 down in the inning as Beckham is retired. The Orioles lineup in this game is, of course, third base Beckham, followed by left field Trey Mancini, shortstop Manny Machado, first base Chris Davis, second base Jonathan Scope, center field Adam Jones, DHing is Pedro Alvarez, followed by right field Colby Rasmus, and then rounding things out and catching is Caleb Joseph. So here's Trey Mancini, left fielder, hitting below 200, also a below 300 OBP. Not the best start of the year for him. The 0-2 counts is going to be swung on and popped sky high in left field. Alex Gordon goes back to the warning track, and he is there to put it away as it dies out right there. Out number 2 as Mancini is retired, and here comes Manny Machado, one of the big names that could possibly be a free agent at the end of the year. Digs in with 2 outs. First pitch to him. Whiffed through for strike number 1. The slider got it. So the 0-1 as Hammel sets, kicks, and delivers. Slider whiffed through yet again, and Machado is down 0-2 in the count. Hammel sets. Here comes the pitch. And he whiffs through the curveball. A 1-2-3 inning for Jason Hammel. Machado goes down on 3 straight breaking balls, and it is a no hit 1-2-3 inning for the Royals and Orioles here at the end of 1. Welcome back to the top half of the 3rd inning as Drew Butera steps into the batter's box for the Royals to lead things off, the 9-hitter in this Royals order. Facing Cobb. Cobb turns, kicks, and delivers. That's going to be swung on the first pitch, driven at the center field, over the diving glove of Scope, and it's going to bloop in for a single. Bloop single for Drew Butera, and he gets on base to lead things off, as now they're back to the top half of the order with John Jay. Here comes the pitch from Cobb. Swung on and driven out to right field, but it is right at Colby Rasmus. And he puts it away for out number 1 as Butera moves back to first base. And here comes Mike Moustakas, the power-hitting third baseman for the Royals. 1-0 count to him. Cobb sets at the chest and delivers. That's grounded foul down the right field line. Count runs 1-1 now to Moustakas. Runner on first. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be popped up sky high into foul territory just behind the first base bag. Chris Davis is there, and it's a can of corn for him. He puts it away. 2 outs now with Butera still at first base. And here comes Jorge Soler, 0 for 1 in the day, grounded out back in the first inning. Steps in to face Cobb. Here comes the first pitch of the AB. Is going to be whiffed through the knuckle curve for strike 1. Count runs 0-2 now. Cobb sets and fires as that draws Soler out of the box. Brushes him back. 1-2 count now as that was the first ball. Here it comes. That's going to be ripped out to right center field. It's going to get down into the gap. Butera's rounding second, heading into third base. He's going to be waved around third. They're going to send him. Can he score from first base? He cannot, as he is gunned down on the relay throw, and nobody scores on Soler's double. 4 hits for the Royals, but no runs to show through it. Here, halfway through 3. It's time for the bottom half of the 5th inning as Chris Davis walks his way up to the batter's box for the Orioles to lead off this inning. Jason Hammel, in the midst of a gem of an outing, has a no-hitter working through the bottom of the 5th, and he's got Davis down to a 1-2 count, now 2-2. As Hammel sets and delivers, and he whips through that slider, goes down swinging as Davis does what Davis does, and he strikes out. He'll walk back to the dugout. And now with 1 out, that brings up Jonathan Scope, who struck out back in the 2nd inning. He has gotten off to a hot start here in the 2018 campaign. Here comes the 1-1 to him. That's swung on and going to be fouled down the right field line. So the 1-2 count now as Hammel sets and delivers. Slider is fouled off to stay alive in the at-bat. And count runs 2-2 now. Here comes the pitch from Hammel. And it's taken for strike number 3 as Scope goes down with the backwards K. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jason Hammel. And now here comes Adam Jones, the center fielder. Also 0 for 1 on the day, just like most batters, or all batters. As he takes that trick right up top for strike number 2. Hammel, here comes the pitch. Whiffed through as Hammel strikes out the side, and the no-hitter is intact through 5. Jason Hammel with an absolute gem of the mound so far. 4 hits for the Royals, none for the Orioles. Each team is scoreless here at the end of 5. And here we are in the bottom half of the 6th inning as Pedro Alvarez, the Bronx-born DH, steps into the batter's box, former Vanderbilt Commodore. First pitch to him is going to be swung on and grounded at the second base. Merrifield Fields fires over to first and retires Alvarez easily on the ground out. And now here comes Colby Rasmus playing right field on the day. Struck out in his first at bat. Digs in for try number 2 with Hammel. Here comes the pitch. Taken for strike number 1, down and in. Count runs 1-1 now. Here comes the 1-1 from Hammel. That's going to be grounded against the shift, and it gets past Moustakas and into left field. Rasmus goes the other way against the shift, and that is the end of the no-hit bid as Colby Rasmus picks up the first hit for the Orioles, and now here comes Caleb Joseph. 0-1 counts. Swung on and popped up to deep center field. Jay ranges back. He's at the track, and he puts it away. Just stands there for a second, then pump fakes the first throw, and then here comes... Gets a little bit of a trouble there getting it in, but he eventually gets it in as Rasmus retreats to first base. And now the Orioles are back to the top of the order with Tim Beckham, who's over 2 with 2 groundouts. 2 outs with a runner on first for Beckham. Here comes the pitch. First pitch is whiffed through the slider. Count runs 2-2 now. Here it comes. That's going to be popped up sky high in the infield. Mike Moustakas is under that one. And the Gold Glover puts it away for out number 3 as we are still scoreless. But the Orioles finally have their first hit. Here's we wrap up the end of the 6th inning. Here comes Trey Mancini for the O's to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 7th. Mancini hitless so far in the day. And here comes the first pitch of the inning to him, taken for strike number 1 up and in. Fastball, 94 on the gun. Count runs 0-2 now. The pitch from Hammel. Grounded at the shortstop. Escobar fields, tosses across the diamond, and Mancini is retired for out number 1. So now with 1 down, here comes the shortstop, Manny Machado, 0-2 on the day. 0-1 count to him as he steps into the box. Here comes the pitch from Hammel. Whiffed through. 0-2 count now to Machado. Hammel sets and delivers. Waste pitch. 1-2 now on the count. And Hammel delivers the 1-2. That's going to be popped up into the shallow right field. Merrifield ranges back. He's under it. And that is caught for out number 2. Machado is retired, and now here comes the cleanup hitter in Chris Davis. Left-handed bat, not the best of starts for him with a sub-200 average and a sub-300 OBP. First pitch to him is taken for ball 1 on the outside half. Hammel sets at the neck and delivers. Davis gives this one a charge at the left center field. Gordon, he's back at the wall, looks up, and it is gone. Gives it the old courtesy jump, but Chris Davis breaks the scoreless inning streak as it is now 1-0 Orioles in the lead. A solo shot off of Jason Hammel. Just the 2nd hit of the day for the Orioles, but it does not matter as they have the lead. And now here comes Jonathan Schoop. The next batter up fouls the first pitch off. 0-1 count to him. Schoop is hitless in his 2 at-bats, struck out both times in the game so far. And here comes the 0-1 to him. That's going to be grounded at the first base. Backhanded by Duda. He'll step in the bag himself, and that will get them out of the inning, but not before Chris Davis with a big blow. Left center field solo shot. Orioles have a 1-0 lead over the Royals here at the end of 7. Now it's time for the Royals bats to get themselves a chance here in the top half of the 8th inning as Whit Merrifield digs in to face Alex Cobb. Here comes the first pitch to him as the slow windup of Cobb delivers. That's going to be swung on and popped out to right field, and it's going to bloop in off the glove of Rasmus diving. Doesn't get too far away from him, so Merrifield decides to hold up at first base. And they're going to count that as a single for him, so Merrifield with a base knock, and now here comes Alcides Escobar, hitless in his day so far. First pitch to Escobar is taken. In the zone for strike number 1, Zach Britton, the ace bullpen lefty for the Orioles warming up. And there goes Merrifield, takes off for a second. He's in there in front of the throw, and he has stolen himself second base as he's now in scoring position. Here with Alcides Escobar with the 2-1 count. Swings at it, and it's a foul ball for strike number 2. So the 2-2 to Escobar. Here it comes. That's taken 3-2 now. So the count runs full to Escobar, the usually aggressive hitter, working the count. And the rare Alcides Escobar walk here in the top half of the 8th, and we have runners on first and second with nobody out for the Royals. Brings up the bottom of the order, though, in the catcher Drew Butera, who did single back in the 3rd inning. Stands in with a 1-1 count. Cobb sets, looks down the runners for a second time. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be softly popped up at the second base, and Schoop is there to retire the puny little fly ball. As there's 1 down in the beginning. Now the Royals are back to the top half of the order with John Jay. Digs into the left-handed batter's box. Runners on first and second. 1-0 count to Jay. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be ripped out to right center field. It'll get down for a single. One run's going to come in, and Merrifield Escobar's heading into third, and he's in there, but John Jay is going to be tagged up on the back end of the play at second base. So a run does come in to tie the game for the Royals, but there is only a runner on third now with 2 outs. And here comes Donnie Hart, as that will end Alex Cobb's day. Hart making his 5th appearance of the year out of the pen with a 7.71 ERA. And he'll be facing Mike Moustakas, who is 0 for 3, hitless on the day, flew out in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch, as that is whiffed through for strike number 1. Escobar over on third base, 2 outs. As Hart slowly drags the glove down, here comes the pitch. And Mike Moustakas gives this one a charge out to right field. The right fielder will look up, but he has no chance as Moustakas, with his 7th home run of the season, gives the Royals a 3-1 lead on a 2-run shot. Royals strike for 3 in the inning, and just like that, the 1-0 lead the Orioles had is erased. 3-1, Royals in the lead now. Here comes Soler. First pitch to him is taken, down and in for strike number 1. He is 1 for 3 on his day so far. 0-1 count as Hart sets at the face. Kicks and delivers. Grounded at the shortstop, fielded by Machado. Whips across the diamond, and Soler is retired for out number 3, not before the Royals strike for 3-2 on a mammoth home run from Mike Moustakas. 3-1 Royals is the lead here halfway through 8. And the Royals find themselves still in the lead 3-1 in the bottom half of the 9th, so here comes Kelvin Herrera looking for his 14th save of the year as he enters for the 16th time in a ballgame this year. And he'll be facing the top half of the order for the Orioles, with Tim Beckham leading things off in this inning. First pitch of the AB is taken, 101 on the gun. He's bringing the heat on the first pitch of his outing. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. Changeup whiffed through 87, hit him with the 101, and then came right back with the slow stuff. Here comes the 0-2, and he cannot pull the trigger on the inside slider. Tim Beckham goes down looking, and there's now 1 down the inning. Here comes Trey Mancini. First pitch, check swing, but it doesn't matter because it's a strike to Mancini, the changeup. 2-2 count now to Mancini as Herrera sets and delivers. Fouls off the slider to stay alive in the AB. Here comes the 2-2. And he goes down looking, back-to-back, backwards K for Herrera, as Mancini could not pull the trigger on the up-and-in fastball. Here comes the first pitch to Machado, taken right down the middle for a strike 1. Machado hitless in today's game. Count runs 1-1 now to Machado. Here it comes. Whiffed through the changeup, strike number 2. Herrera sets, kicks, and delivers. And he checks the swing, but it doesn't matter because it's in the strike zone. Kelvin Herrera comes on and gets the save as the Kansas City Royals win this ballgame over the Baltimore Orioles here at Camden Yards. The Orioles drop to 18-20 on the year, and our Royals improve to 24-13 to capitalize on their strong start to the year. Jason Hammel threw an absolute gem. 7 innings pitched, only gave up 2 hits, struck out 9, and his only earned run was a solo shot off the bat of Chris Davis. Kelvin Herrera gets his 14th save of the year, while Mike Moustakas had a 2-run shot. That was his only hit of the day. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Kansas City Royals Baseball. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.